What's going on, everybody? Jordan Scott here on another episode of Scott Family Farms. Today I am out checking crops. We had some pretty nasty weather go through a couple nights ago. We were actually in a tornado warning and had to take the boys into the basement, and Sam was still at work. Got a little hairy there for a minute, but we got through it. There was no tornado. There was one 15 to 20 miles away that touched down and was on the ground for a mile and a half or so. We had one cell come through that had the tornado or rotation in it, and then an hour later had another one come through, and then another one after that. So it was kind of weird. You usually only have one storm in a day that rolls through, but this had some fingers and kept building, and the atmospheric pressure or something, I don't know. It was a good day for storms. These storms had some pretty nasty wind, 70 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour in some places. Those cornfields are flat. I'm going up north right now to check and make sure that see if there's any damage. Hopefully there's not, but there was also some big hail in this storm. Larchwood, which is about 5 miles south of me, got tennis ball size hail, and broke a lot of windows. Almost every roof in town needs to be replaced, and it's just not good there. So today I'm out checking fields, seeing if I can find any damage, and I'll get the drone up and fly over some fields and check on some stuff. And we'll see what happens. Well, I am out standing in one of our fields, and this is corn, obviously, and this is some wind damage that we found. That just laid it flat. This corn was, I don't know, 7, 8 feet, 9 feet tall, and the wind came through and just laid it flat. I'm gonna get the drone up and see how much more damage we have, but this is what wind damage looks like. I'm hoping that this is just an isolated part of the field. This is kind of on the upslope, so there could have just been a gust that came through here and did this, but I'm gonna get the drone up and fly the field and see what I can see. So there's the ear up here, and it bent it right there. So when you come and try to harvest this, obviously this plant is done producing anything because it's broke in half. And if you come and try to harvest it, it's really tough to get all the ears picked up, and it's just not a good situation. So I'm gonna get the drone up, fly this, and see what I can see. you can see, there's quite a bit of damage in that field. It looks like one variety was affected worse than the other. We're gonna have to figure out which one that is and see what we can do about it. But Dad's out of town this week, so I'm sending him pictures. Should get him in a good mood. It's just not good. You never like seeing stuff like that, and we'll see what we need to do about it. But the field right next to it looks just fine, and I'm off to check another field across the road. So we'll see what other surprises I can find out here today. So a lot of times people will joke that we only bought the drone to play around with and take pictures and do my YouTube channel with and stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that we use it for. We're out checking crops, and you get a view from above of your fields that you wouldn't normally get. You can drive by it on the road, but like that field, I would have never known how much damage was out there if I didn't have the drone up and looking at it until harvest. And now we are able to go look at it, see the damage, and do what we need to do. But the drone is very handy in that aspect that we can get up in the air, fly over our fields without walking out into them or running over stuff or just doing a drive-by, and get an accurate picture of what's going on out there. So it's very handy, and I'm about to go use it again. So here we go. Well, it's not great news, as you can see. It looks like there's some wind damage out there in a few of our field spots that are pretty bad, and a few spots where it looks like it might be hybrid specific. So we'll see what we need to do there. But that's how farming can go. You know, we work all year to get the crop in, take care of it, put the right things on it, and in one night it could all be destroyed. A lot of farmers had that happen with hail or wind. Luckily we only have a few spots. Could always be worse, but man, it's pretty frustrating when you work all year on something and get this close. It's August and almost September. We're in the fourth quarter for sure for our crop, and this late to lose it would be pretty devastating. So, but that's farming. It can change in a day, in an instant, in an hour. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. We got to be thankful for what we do have and what we get out of it, and we'll see how it goes from here. I'm off to check a couple more fields back at home, back south, and see if we have any of the same damage there or not. I think we didn't get the winds at home like we did up here. Looks like it was pretty gusty up here and had some pretty strong winds, so hopefully down around the house and around the home place it's a little better, but we'll find out. looks like most of our fields have some wind damage. It does look hybrid specific in a lot of places. I'm gonna check another field here. This one looks like it got beat up a little bit by some, it might just be wind, but the leaves are pretty, got some holes in them, and there's some shredding on the edges here. Might be hail, might be just some wind on the edge here. But I'm gonna get the drone up again and check this field and see what it looks like. Well, it's worse than I thought. It looks like we have wind damage on everything, all of our corn, both here and up north. It's looks like it's hybrid specific, and that comes from certain hybrids will have a better stalk or have better wind resistance built into the hybrid. And it looks like it's all hybrid specific around here. Up north, I think it's a little more on everything, but down here it looks like certain hybrids held up better than others. So I don't know what we're gonna do now. It's not gonna be real fun combining those certain hybrids. Dad just texted me and said it's gonna be interesting at harvest. Yeah. We've harvested stuff that's blown over before, and it's really not fun to combine. It's a pain to try and pick it up. Sometimes you have to go one direction just so that you can pick it up. And that means driving to the other end of the field, turning around and coming back one way. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But that's how it goes, I guess. Don't really know what else to say. We got some damage. We're probably sitting better than a lot of guys, so I'm trying not to complain, but it's still pretty disheartening to see. So we'll see what happens. Well, I'm driving a little west of Larchwood. It was a bad spot for hail and wind, and I just wanted to take a drive and kind of see what was going on. It's not good. This spot here is okay. Looks like some wind damage and not so much hail, but I hear it gets worse, and it was worse over by Larchwood, closer to Larchwood, and boy. To say about this down here. It is the corn's gonna be a total loss. There's nothing left there. It's pretty sad. I don't even know what to say. know, you put in all this hard work all year, and then in one day it's all gone. There's trees blown over out here too, all over. You know, you work all year for that crop, and you put in a lot of hard work and time and effort and money, and trying to get it to where it needs to be, and then you end up with stuff like that. I really feel bad for those farmers. It's not a fun situation. And while we do have some damage, it's nothing like it is down over here, so we're lucky in that aspect, but man, there's just whole fields wiped out. You know, some of you might remember the derecho down in Iowa. Was it 2 years ago now? It wiped out a bunch of cropland and stuff. This looks very similar to that. I don't think it's as widespread, and probably not as fast of winds, but it looks like some of the stuff I was seeing down there. Entire fields bent over and shot. And some of these people are going to have to get the disc out and just disc it under. There's no way to harvest it, so it's not a good situation. You can see these beans, how bent over they are too, and smashed down. Doesn't look like hail was here, but this is wind damage. I don't know what else to say, but sorry this wasn't a real fun video today. That is what's going on our farm and around the area. This storm was a pretty good one, as in had a lot of power and a lot of energy, so there was strong winds and hail, and at my house we got 5.5 inches of rain in about, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. So the rain was really heavy, the wind was strong, and there was some hail in places. Luckily we missed the hail, but other people weren't so lucky. Sorry for kind of a downer video, but I said I'm going to be honest with you guys on what's going on and what's going on around us, so that's what's happening. We'll get maybe a little more upbeat next week on the next video, so stick around and subscribe to the channel. Like this video, comment if you have questions or comments about anything you saw today, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.